Now, it's so funny how, this thing has really gotten in our system where we spend so much time judging one another that we don't get enough time. We don't spend enough time loving one another because we're under this cloak all over the world based on perception. Based on perception. Because I know people who are like super, super religious, right? They hear a song like that. They make a lot of comments about it. We don't need that filth. Look, what is done to us, how we are, But meanwhile, when you go to like some kind of church event, sometimes you go to a christening, a wedding, some kind of family party, that tune come on, you're winding up and you're carrying on, you throw up your waist, you get on, dip on the ground and wind down to the ground and have a good time. But then you judge the artist, the dancehall artist. Let me tell you, those times when that song was out, we were having fun. We were just having fun, like clean fun, just enjoying ourselves, sweating, just having the best of times, because that was the time to have a good time when you're young. And so that's what we did. Some people went to university, they went to school, they were in their books, and some people really had a good time. So now that they're old, they're not jealous of the young people that are having a good time because they had their time. That's why I encourage you to have a good time. Have clean fun. No matter if you're old or you're young, have some fun. Enjoy. This is a new day. What happened before does not work today. The way times was before does not work for nowadays. Even somebody was telling me about when it comes to speaking to children. What worked before is not going to work today. Even somebody was telling me about when it comes to speaking to your elders. Like they were saying to me, like, at what point are you able to speak to your elders? Like, here I am over almost 60 years old. And the elders in my family still have a way of making you feel like a little girl. And they forget that you put on your underwear, as they call your big girl's drawers, just like them every morning. You raise your children. Some of us have breastfed our children, did everything for your children without the help of those elders. And even if those elders did help you, do they have a right to silence you? At what point are you going to be that elder? And so like in my family, it's like you're never an adult. You never get to exercise who you are. And I think that's some BS. And that's something that people think only happen in like Africa and Asia. It happens in America because people like me, whose family are still really much rooted in their African culture, whether they say it or not. They may not say it in word, but they show it in their deeds. That they are very much like rooted in tradition. And just like I was thinking today, just like trees and plants wither and die, there are certain things in our culture that need to wither and die. This is a new day. And what worked before ain't gonna work nowadays. It does not work now. So we gotta switch with the time. The children come with messages. They come to teach us things, right? And a lot of us are not listening. Every last one of us are born with a gift or some gifts to deliver. And a lot of them are to be delivered to those in our family that are not listening to us. Therefore, that message is also there for other people we don't know. But I really believe those messages were meant for our family members. But they're so rooted in certain ways that they're not willing to bend and change. So they miss the lesson that was meant for them.